Good evening, everyone. First of all, we would like to thank our media friends for covering this very important press conference of Beauty and Aesthetic Society of Nagaland here at Hotel Vivor, who is also one of our hospitality partners. As you are all aware, the grand finale of Miss Universe Nagaland 2025 is scheduled to be held tomorrow at RCMPA Jotsamat from 5:30 onwards, and we are very honored and pleased to welcome our two guests, Miss Riya Singha, who is the Miss Universe India the reigning Miss Universe India, and the Director of Franchise Operations, Mr. Amjad Khan of Miss Universe India. Before I give the time to our two guests, I would particularly like to thank to all our sponsors and partners for being with the society in this journey. And a special mention to Mr. Mahesh Koteja, who is also the State BGP Treasurer, for hosting the welcome dinner for our guests. I would now like to give time to Mr. Khan and Mr.
Namaste, I'm Riya Singha, your Miss Universe India 2024, and it's such an honor to be here at Nagaland. I have always heard so many good things about this beautiful state, and Rofazano, who has represented this state, who was there at the competition when I was at the same time. We have some really fond memories together, and I'm sure that the girls this year are going to come very strong, very prepared, and I'm really looking forward to see the competition. Because I've heard that Nagaland really supports pageantry, and I think that is beautiful. It is not very common to see that, and I'm so glad that it is growing, it is expanding, and it is becoming something that everybody knows now. And Miss Universe is a pageant, is a platform that supports many causes. It is also about tourism, it's also about telling people and making people aware about where we are. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about pageantry.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Amjad Khan, the Director of Franchisee Operation from Miss Universe India. So we have started our journey on March 30th with our first state pageant, which was in Uttar Pradesh. This is going to be our 21st or 22nd state which we are covering. Even I forgot the exact count of the states which we have covered so far. But yes, the association with BSN has been a long-term association, and I think before we roll out the franchisee for Miss Universe, I think a couple of years before also they were partnered with us for our other pageants. So yeah, we have a lot of expectation from them, and we look forward for tomorrow's event. Just one thing, I think we have made it very easy now for all the girls to participate by bringing the pageant to your state. So you no longer need to come to metro cities and give audition. Now directly you can audition, or you can participate in your pageant in your respective states. So next year, hopefully, we look forward to have more number of participants, and the count is this year is 40. Next year, I will give the target for 30 contestants that we will want to see from Nagaland.
No, in these few hours I've experienced so much. The drive was so beautiful. Usually I get car sick, but having seen the beautiful scenery, I was so distracted. I was in complete awe of how beautiful it was. And I've also been told that the coffee here is really good, so I'm also willing to try that.
That question and answers are something that we look forward to. And that section in the pageant may be dreaded by many other contestants. What is your mantra behind acing the question and answer rounds, and then any tips that you'd like to leave for the girls preparing for Nagaland?
I love that question, because I used to be somebody who was extremely introverted and shy, but I think I took that in my stride. I took that as my strength, that I am this vulnerable person, and I used that in order to become as natural and as me as I could. And I think that is what set me apart, and that is what made me even more confident, because I didn't really have anything to hide. I always showed who I was, and I think that's why people like listening. When you're real, when you're raw, that's what gave me the confidence. And I think that's what girls can also take back, that don't have any apprehensions on being open.
So for you, your parents have been instrumental in your pageantry journey. Nagaland also has is developing the culture where there are societies like the Beauty and Aesthetic Societies of Nagaland now promoting pageantry. But if we look back in the households, not many families advocate for pageantry as such. Any message that you'd like to leave to them, and especially if they have younger girls looking forward to you and wanting to follow in this footpath?
First of all, I would like to applaud the evolution that has happened, where there's so much more awareness. I think you mentioned the Hornbill Festival that happens, where one of the biggest parts and significant parts of this festival is the pageantry. To make it such an essential part of the society, first of all, that is great. And I'm always for evolution and getting better. But for the parts that aren't talked about, the places that pageantry is still a taboo, I would just like to say that pageantry has also evolved. It is not what it used to be, where it's only about the appearance. It is a lot more about what you can do for the society. And I think that's the beauty of it. And first of all, let your girls do what they want to. Apart from pageantry, it can be anything. Everyone has freedom of choice, and I think that is very important in today's day and age. And of course, pageantry is a platform that really elevates and gives the space to speak.
I'm an introvert person, but this pageantry has changed your life. So can you explain something on how it has changed your life?
It has shaped my life in ways I can't even explain in words. I feel like I've evolved. I started pageantry when I was 15 years old, so that was I was very impressionable at that age. So whatever I saw and whatever I heard became a part of me, and I'm so glad that pageantry was something that I indulged in, because I became really confident in who I was, and that played an instrumental role in my life. In my career as well, because I am going to enter into Bollywood. I've already started working in it, and to be confident is the first thing that you really require, and pageantry really pushed me and made me that confident person. Well, please dream big. I mean, that is the best thing you can do for yourself. It starts with a dream, it becomes a vision, and then you have to make it your goal and actually end up doing it. I think what ends up happening is it remains a dream, and it just stays a dream. And I think as a society, we all need to come together and help the girls realize that it doesn't just need to remain there. It doesn't just need to remain something that's in your imagination and your mind. It can become a reality. But I'm just glad that they have the opportunity and the privilege to even dream. That's a start.
Misconception that people have about pageantry, and what is the actual reality behind it?
There are many misconceptions about pageantry. Many people misunderstand what it stands for. What it really is about a platform to speak up about what's going around and how we can better our society to make this place just a little bit of a better place to live. We are just these individuals, but we have a platform where people listen. Again, like I said, impressionable, young generation who listens. And if there is space for us to speak, if we have the platform, then I think that is all we require for people to know, for people to be aware about what is going on. That is what pageantry is. It's not about the outer appearance and the beauty and the way somebody looks.
So beyond this crown, what experience do you wish that girls will gain from this experience?
Well, every queen has 1 year to reign, and in this few months, almost my reign is about to come to an end. So I can tell you for sure that there are people out there who start to get to know you. They start to relate to you, and it creates a sort of a community where it's a community of positivity, where what can be bettered. And I think every year the queen that comes, she brings something new to the table. So I think what I have to bring, maybe the next queen has something completely different. And that is why every year there is a new person, there is a new story that is told, and that is how pageantry really stands out.
I have a question. In Nagaland, right now, one much discussed about is the growing of pageantries and different organizations organizing different titles as well. So many a times when you look at some of the crowns, it's just left with someone getting a crown without going on ahead with taking the crown with a cause. So how does an organization, or how does someone who wins a crown carry on that crown and go ahead and take it with a cause? How do they spread, or how do they, just like you also, I believe you have your own causes, and you are also, I believe, spreading different messages through your crown. How does someone do that?
Yeah. To wear this crown of India is to carry a legacy. Every queen so far has had some sort of an advocacy. Like I said, every year there's something that's new brought to the table. And I think that is what pageantry really is about. To have a cause, to bring about change. And the main thing is to have a voice for the voiceless and to make people aware about what is going on. So yes, it is essential, and it always happens every year because whoever the girl is selected on the basis of how she can connect to people. Connecting to people is the most important thing, for sure.
My question is a little bit similar, but I'll just state it out. Beyond the glamour and the stage lights, how do beauty pageants empower women?
Well, beauty pageants, first of all, I'll speak about myself. It has empowered me as an individual. Not just because I participated in it, also because when I was just a viewer, when I was somebody who was watching and learning, I realized that women have this platform. It is women-oriented, and it is for the women, by the women, and I think that is what makes it really beautiful. And the moment I started participating in it, it changed me in so many ways. It made me confident, it made me powerful because I got a platform. Of course, there are so many things people have to say in their minds, but then you need that microphone, you need that stage, you need people to listen to you. And that is where I think women empowerment really comes in.
How do you think to carry forward this legacy that we have been crowned after the winning so?
It is very important to carry on with the legacy. The legacy of the crown is there, but then there's also the legacy that each individual girl who is crowned carry forwards. So I do plan on carrying forward all of what I stand for, because it's beyond the crown. It's not just the crown that talks, it is the individual. That here is, of course, amplified, but it is very important to continue on.
You're probably one of the first from your community to get the crown, and then for the Naga society as well. We're very proud of Rafazano, but we also look forward to someone who can bring that crown to representing our state. So, how do you think it is important for small communities, especially like Nagas, to fight for that crown?
I already think that people from here are doing a great job because there's so much awareness. I was pleasantly surprised, I must say, at the awareness that people have and that has been spread and the government support that has been given. It starts there really, and I think the path that it's on, if it continues on and if it keeps amplifying from here on, then I think it's on its way. Naga people have already got it when it comes to pageantry.
One last question. What advice do you have for the young Naga women participating tomorrow?
Keep going. There will be days where you'll have ups and downs, but you have to keep looking at what your goal is. Forget about everything else and people's opinions, because you have to stand for what you want to stand for. And at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. So make sure you take the decisions that stand right.